Hi everyone and welcome to this week's Tickling Tuesday. First of all, a big thank you to all of you who left nice comments because I was not sure about my yeah and my language. This is so much appreciated and I feel so much better now. So thank you for all your comments. Thanks a lot. Today the video will be kind of messy and I started a card and changed it up totally. So let's see how I started. I picked out some Liquitex modeling paste, some distress inks and also some Wow clear embossing powder, because I wanted to have a nice textured background. So I used the Heidi Swap stencil with the chevrons. I haven't used that for a long time, although it's very cool. And I wanted to have a white border on that card. So I used some washi tape because this is the easiest way to get nice and clean lines on the edge of card. So I masked that off and then I took out the stencil and adhered that onto my craft mat, just to make sure it won't slide around while I'm working on it. And with this stencil, the chevrons are attached to each other on the opposite sides, in this case the bottom and the top portion. So you don't want to go into the other direction when you use the paste because you will, they will slide around, the chevrons will slide around and not stay in place. So it's important to go from top to the bottom or other way around. And I used the modeling paste to have a thick coat, to have a nice chevron texture on that card. So I cleaned off my stencil after I had used that and let the card dry for a moment. When the stencil was clean, I used the heat gun to make sure the paste was really dry on the surface, because we will be using some distress stain on top, and the distress stain will not be as crisp and the color will not be as bright if the paste is not wet, if the paste is not dry, because the paste will mix with the color then. So I made sure it was dry, and then I adhered the stencil in the same place again, and this time I adhered it even better and really made sure it is flat on the card, because I wanted to prevent that the ink will go under the stencil. I really wanted the embossed areas with the paste to have some color, and I didn't want the color anywhere else. I wanted a clean card. You will see this was what I totally messed up. The stencil is perfect and I really tried to get it attached down very well. In fact, the distress stain are kind of liquid and they did go under the stencil and I didn't like it this time, but let's see how it worked. So I had adhered that down very well, and then I took distress stain in picked raspberry, squeezed lemonade and dried marigold, so some orange, yellow and pink. And then I remembered that Jennifer McGuire uses some kind of wood, yes, I don't know the word. Some kind of wood to attach her stuff onto, because you can move it around and won't heat her cutting mat. So this was what I wanted to try, because I had some wood leftovers. So I adhered that down to that. And then, as you can see, I just went in with the distress inks, and the dried marigold was too light. It was not bright enough with the picked raspberry. So I tried another color, and first of all I accidentally used brushed corduroy, which is brown, and then I tried to fix that with some wild honey, and then I used some embossing powder on top. I used the Wow clear clear gloss superfine embossing powder, which is awesome, because you really get a nice shiny surface, and it really melts to a smooth surface. It's very pretty. So I wanted to have a very pretty shiny surface on that stenciled and colored area, really raised up with the embossing paste, and it looked a little bit cleaner when I took off the washi tape, but still it totally bugged me that the color had gone under the stencil and it was kind of messy and the orange was not what I wanted. I wish I would have used spiced marmalade, but I do not have distress stain in spiced marmalade, but this is by far my favorite orange distress ink. So yeah, I thought about it and I was not sure what to do with this card because I had put some effort in it, and I like the orange, pink, yellow combo, and I like the chevrons. I just did not like that it's so messy. So I decided to do the stamping first and think about the rest while I was creating. I used some Simon Says Stamp black ink for the sentiment. It's the speech bubble that says, "Hey there." And I didn't get the best impression with the first try, so I stamped it again. But I have to say, when I started keeping my ink pads the other way around, so on the top, on the lid, when I started that, I got much better impressions, especially with the black ink from Simon Says Stamp. I usually get the best impression with the first try on solid stamps. So I really recommend to just keep them on the lid, so the ink does come to the top portion of the felt. Okay, then I started coloring with some Copics. I used C7, C5, and C3 because I didn't want any more color. I had the yellow, the orange, the pink, and I wanted to have an image that is quite subtle, so I decided to make it gray. And then I had also colored the face in gray, and I decided, okay, this cute little hedgehog looks like it's dead, so I used the YR00 to have some, to put it alive, because I really didn't love that. Okay, then I cut that out with my scissors. I did not leave a white border this time because I thought the gray and the black would pop on that background anyway. And then I put that onto the card and decided, oh gosh, I do not like the messy background at all. I like the colors, the chevrons, but not the messiness. So I decided to try something else, and I have never tried this before, and this happened by accident, and I love it, and I'm sure I will do this again. I took out my X-Acto knife and started cutting some of the chevrons out without the messiness, so just very clean lines, and it's very easy to do because with the embossing paste you can just follow the raised area without any problems. It's so easy. And I cut that out, and it's kind of glossy, but I decided I really want to have it even more glossy, so like very close to some what's the word? Those glossy embellishments. It's enamel, so like enamel accents or enamel dots, or like an enamel embellishment. So I tried to do that. I attached the chevrons with some non-permanent adhesive from scrapbook adhesives to a piece of paper, used some Versamark ink and spread the clear embossing powder from Wow over it again, and then I melted. And when the embossing powder was still warm and wet, I added another coat. So we have 3 coatings of that Wow embossing powder, and it really melts to kind of a shiny, glossy surface. And I think it really looks like enamel embellishments, and I'm sure I will do that again. I could probably have used only some cardstock with color and glossy accents, but the embossing paste makes it even sturdier. I was able to use that beautiful stencil from Heidi Swap, so I am totally happy. I don't know if you can see all the shine on there and the shape. It's really like more rounded in the center, and it gets a little flatter on the corners. So this is really, I'm so happy about this accident. I can't tell you. So I'm sure I will do this again, because I love everything glossy and enamel kind of stuff. So this is just, you can see the messiness and now the clean lines. And this card took me about an hour because I tried to get another idea, but I'm happy how this turned out. Then I switched the adhesive in the tape runner because I only have one of the runners, but some refills. So I switched to permanent adhesive, to permanent dots from scrapbook adhesives, and then I adhered those glossy embellishments down to the card to have a nice background. And I think it looks so much nicer now. I could have cut out all the chevrons. I only took 3 because I did not want any area that had some brown or not so nice orange on it. So I just picked the 3 that I like most, cut them out, adhered that to the card, and I'm so happy. So now let me show you how I try to get some more of the glossiness on one of my embellishments. I cut out the speech bubble and I adhere to a little, yeah, you could use a toothpick. This is, yeah, kind of a, in German it's Schaschlikspieß, because Schaschlik is, I think, an Hungarian meat on a stick. So this stick is meant to make some, yeah, for barbecue or something. And then you can see I stick that to because I didn't want any tweezers, because the tweezers would have left some not so glossy shape on the speech bubble. So I thought this would be the easier way, and it worked. And then I'd hear that little hedgehog and use my heat gun again to make sure there are no fingerprints and the surface is smooth and glossy. And to finish off the card, I added some stitched lines with my Pit Artist pen from Faber-Castell. This was the card. I hope you got inspired, and don't be frustrated if your card does not work out like you want to. Just give it a try and be inspired by everything that goes wrong. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like my video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hop over to the Create a Smile blog to get some more inspiration. Thanks so much for watching.